The signal cut through every channel on Luna Station at once, forcing silence across the diplomatic hall. Ambassador Kaelen Dross stood calmly as the massive hologram stabilized before him. Projected across the chamber loomed Supreme Overlord Xanthier, ruler of the Corvith Empire. His three blazing eyes burned with imperial arrogance, his chitinous mandibles snapping in rhythm with his voice. "Your species will kneel or be erased," Xanthier thundered. 17 civilizations defied us. 17 civilizations no longer exist. Earth will be the 18th unless you surrender all advanced weapons technology within one solar cycle. Around Kaelen, representatives from dozens of worlds froze. Humanity had entered the galactic arena barely 3 years earlier. To the ancient powers, they were an anomaly, young, inventive, and unsettlingly fast learners. The Corvith Empire had decided that made them dangerous. From the military tier, Admiral Hale leaned forward, his scar-lined face unreadable. He said nothing. Kaelen, however, smiled. It wasn't the polite smile diplomats were trained to wear. It was relaxed. Almost amused. "Supreme Overlord," Kaelen replied evenly, "your empire spans thousands of systems. An impressive achievement." He paused, as if considering a trivial detail. "Before we discuss surrender, though, allow me to ask, are you familiar with the concept humans call mutually assured destruction?" Xanthier's translator hesitated, struggling to parse the phrase. "Explain," the Overlord demanded. "It means," Kaelen said calmly, "that if you attempt to destroy us, we guarantee you won't survive the experience." A murmur rippled through the chamber. Kaelen gestured slightly. "Lieutenant Ferris, please forward the data package." Lieutenant Jessa Ferris moved instantly, fingers gliding across the console. "Transmission sent, Ambassador." The hologram flickered as Xanthier received the information. His eyes widened. "These coordinates," he hissed, "identify the Imperial Palace on Corvox Prime. My private residence. You dare issue a direct threat?" "Not a threat," Kaelen corrected softly. "A certainty." Admiral Bren finally rose, hands clasped behind his back. "And those weren't the only locations we sent. You should review your secure channels." Across Corvith space, alarms ignited. Within seconds, Corvith command networks flooded with alerts. Coordinates appeared, dozens, then hundreds, then thousands. The private sanctum of Grand Admiral Vokran. The ancestral estates of Minister Zelthax. The orbital leisure spire of Duchess Mariana. Every member of the Corvith ruling elite received the same message. "Earth knows where you live." Xanthier roared in disbelief. "Impossible. Our security systems are flawless. Our networks are sealed. How did you obtain this intelligence?" Kaelen's smile sharpened. "You spent centuries conquering pre-industrial civilizations," he said. "We spent ours mastering information warfare. While you were burning villages, we were learning how to infiltrate systems you believed unbreakable." Admiral Bren stepped closer to the projection. "For 2 years," he added, "we mapped your empire. Military bases. Supply chains. Political bloodlines. Nothing was missed." Xanthier's fury gave way to unease. Kaelen continued, his tone almost conversational. "You threatened Earth with planetary annihilation. Very well. In response, we prepared 47,000 kinetic strike platforms. Each is programmed with the coordinates you're currently reviewing." Ferris couldn't hide her satisfaction. "The projectiles travel at 98% of light speed. No warning. No interception. No evacuation. And here's the crucial part," Kaelen added. "They aren't stationed on Earth. They're distributed across 16 autonomous deep space arrays." Admiral Bren nodded. "Each array contains a deadman protocol. If Earth is destroyed, the system activates automatically." Xanthier's composure fractured. You would slaughter billions of civilians in retaliation. Kaelen leaned forward, meeting the Overlord's gaze. You were prepared to exterminate 8 billion humans without hesitation. Yet now you recoil when the danger touches your own ruling class. The chamber fell silent. We are not demanding war, Bren said firmly. We're explaining why you will never start one. Kaelen straightened. Trade with us. Negotiate honestly. Respect our sovereignty. Or proceed with threats, and ensure your empire dies alongside us. Xanthier's eyes flickered, rage battling something unfamiliar. Fear. And what lesson do you believe this teaches us? Xanthier asked, his voice hollow. Kaelen's reply was immediate. That humans do not bluff. Another hologram appeared, live surveillance footage of Korvax Prime. Xanthier's palace gardens shimmered into view. A fountain. A balcony. A hangar housing his personal vessel. We see everything, Kaelen said quietly. If you doubt that, remember this, we are the species that discovered atomic power and weaponized it before we fully understood its consequences. The silence stretched unbearably. Humanity is unbalanced, Xanthier whispered. No, Kaelen replied gently. Humanity is exhausted by empires that believe strength grants moral authority. He folded his hands behind his back. We offer two paths. Shared prosperity through mutual respect, or extinction through mutual destruction. Choose wisely. Xanthier's 3 eyes dimmed slightly. When he spoke again, the fire was gone. You have made your position, unmistakably clear. The Korvath Empire will revise its diplomatic stance regarding Earth. Excellent, Kaelen said warmly. We look forward to meaningful cooperation. He paused, then added, and rest assured, those coordinates remain archived. Think of them as insurance. The transmission ended. The chamber erupted in hushed chaos. Officers and diplomats whispered urgently. Lieutenant Ferris turned to Admiral Bren. Sir, she said, stunned, did we really just force an interstellar empire to retreat? Bren allowed himself a grim smile. We didn't threaten them, Lieutenant. We educated them. Ambassador Kaelen Dross stood alone at the observation window, watching Earth turn slowly beneath Luna Station. Peaceful. Blue. Unaware of how close it had come to extinction. Somewhere in the dark between stars, 47,000 weapons waited silently. Not aimed at worlds, but at arrogance. Humanity had not won a war. It had prevented one. Across the galaxy, intelligence agencies scrambled. Empires quietly updated their threat assessments. Smaller species watched with a mixture of awe and relief. Humanity had drawn a line, and proven it was real. The Korvath Empire never again issued ultimatums. Trade delegations arrived within months. Negotiations were respectful. Careful. Equal. Humanity returned to what it preferred, building, exploring, sharing stories across the stars. But something fundamental had changed. The galaxy understood now. Humans were cooperative by choice. Peaceful by discipline. Gentle by restraint. But when cornered, they were terrifyingly prepared. And no empire would ever again confuse kindness for weakness.